It's moving at a velocity of about 135,000 miles per hour, so it's going really fast. For that distance from the sun, this is really exceptional.
It's happening. This October, 2 objects from deep space will fly side by side, disappearing behind the sun where no telescope on Earth can see them. One is a mystery craft with a nuclear core. The other is a behemoth 100 times larger that just showed up out of the darkness. It's like a cosmic chase scene unfolding right above our heads. For years, people have looked at the stars and wondered, but the data coming back from these 2 visitors is changing everything. Some experts are saying this isn't a coincidence. It's a planned event, and we are about to be front row spectators. The shadow from Aquarius. Something enormous is cutting through the blackness of space, and it's headed our way. On September 12, 2025, an instrument called the Swan, floating aboard the Soho spacecraft, saw something it shouldn't have. It wasn't a comet. It wasn't an asteroid. It was a faint smudge that quickly grew into a presence so massive it defied all expectations. This object was given a name, C2025 R2 Swan, or Swan R2 for short. But calling this thing a comet is like calling a shark a goldfish. Initial observations were so wild that many astronomers thought their equipment was malfunctioning. Swan R2 was 100 times bigger and brighter than 3I Atlas, another weird visitor that had already put the scientific community on edge. Its tail wasn't the gentle, dusty trail of a melting ice ball. No, this tail was 2.5 degrees long. To put that in perspective, that's about the width of 5 full moons lined up in the sky. It was a brilliant, powerful plume stretching across the cosmos. Get this. The object itself was shrieking in from the direction of the constellation Aquarius, a silent behemoth on a very precise path. Its journey will bring it incredibly close to our sun, about 150 million kilometers away, in October of 2025. That's roughly the same distance as the Earth is from the sun. The power and scale of Swan R2 are simply off the charts. It's like finding out a skyscraper is moving through the ocean, but on a cosmic scale that is hard to even wrap your head around. The object is so large and so bright that it's forcing a complete reevaluation of what could be traveling between the stars. It is a silent arrival that has sent shockwaves through the halls of astronomy. A cosmic monster is now in our backyard. Before this new giant showed up, there was another puzzle. It was an object called 3I Atlas. This smaller object was the first sign that our solar system was about to get very interesting. 3I Atlas appeared from the opposite direction of the sky, emerging from Sagittarius, right near the glowing heart of the Milky Way galaxy. It was on its own collision course with destiny.
If you had to choose, would you rather know what was going on in Antarctica, the Vatican, or Area 51? Because the rabbit holes of secrets just feel never ending. When I was thinking about the Vatican earlier, I was like, think about the fact that the Bible itself had 80 books in the 1600s. Now we're down to 66, and they removed things like giants, dragons, sirens, Enoch, the book of Mary Magdalene. All of these different things are hidden from us, and we just don't even know why. Nevertheless, I saw this guy talking about the fact that there were 200 angels that fell from the sky, and around the earth we have 190 craters that have no rock or rubble that were ever found. And then this other person was like, yeah, 10 of them fell into the ocean. Then this lady blew my mind because she was like, what if that's what took the dinosaurs? And why would there be a book about dragons if dragons never existed? And I've gone down so many rabbit holes in the last couple of days that my mind is completely depleted and exhausted, but I'm also super intrigued and I just want to know more. But I feel like I'm just going in circles because every time I uncover a layer, I end up looking into something else that has nothing to do with what I was looking for, and then I'm just stuck because I'm like, I didn't know this either. So what do y'all think about this? Like, if you had to choose, what would you go to first? Okay, let me know your thoughts in the comments. Let me know what other crazy rabbit hole has recently come out that you've been going down under. Share this so that we can keep this discussion going. Like, follow, stay for some more tea. I appreciate y'all support. Bye.
This is actually fucking unreal, my nigga. $250 billion wiped out of the crypto market today.
You've been brainwashed 14. Cryptos and stocks. Crypto and stocks are not tangible. They just numbers on the screen. We've been groomed to invest in things outside of our control and outside of ourselves. Instead, invest in your creativity, invest in the people around you, or at least invest in silver and gold and hold abundance.
I'm making this video right now as a warning, y'all, and I don't want you guys to be surprised. There's going to be a time where humanity wakes up and realizes, and it's happening right now, y'all. If you realize it, this whole thing with AI is getting out of hand, and there's a reason why. There's going to be a point in time that humanity wakes up and realizes that everything, especially dealing with the government, has been AI, y'all. Okay, I've been telling my people this. The people who've been following me on YouTube for a few years now, I've been breaking it down using numbers, gematria, to show you guys how It makes sense, but it doesn't make sense. And the only reason why that is because we are literally in an artificial matrix video game that is literally ran by AI. You know how they say BlackRock owns everything? There's a reason why. Because it's an AI program. It's an AI simulation that we live in. And there's going to be a point of time when humanity reaches that point, that breaking point, that consciousness point. Y'all going to realize that everything that you have ever known was artificially created. So these bills that we are paying, this money that we are making, these mortgages and all these type of stuff, they have all been ran by artificial intelligence. And I'm telling you right now, people are going to lose it. It's going to affect people to such a point that people are going to be disconnected from this reality, because it's like, what have I been working hard for? Why have I been paying all these bills for, and these mortgages and these payments and all this type of stuff? It's going to break people, because people are going to realize that we have been in an artificial matrix, a video game, y'all. This is literally The Sims. That's why The Simpsons always tell y'all the truth. We are the Sims under the sun, the Simpsons. I've been telling you guys for this, and there's going to be a point in time people wake up and realize this. It's going to shatter their whole world. And a lot of people are waking up right now and realizing a lot of things are not making sense. That's because we're waking up out of the illusion. We're waking up out of this dream. And I believe this whole artificial intelligence, this AI things, this Sora, ChatGPT, this is a form of soft disclosure. But it's going to get ugly, y'all. I'm telling y'all, it's going to get ugly. Don't say I didn't warn y'all, man. The shift is here. I've been telling y'all. Let's continue to get it. Peace out.
Did you happen to have vampires on your 2025 bingo card? Why do I ask? Because there's a viral video from a hospital in Russia of a female patient that was brought in unconscious, then proceeded to wake up, walk over to the nurse's station, and try to bite her neck. You heard what I said. She tried to bite her neck. The video is incredible to see. Take a look at it. Look at this right here. There's the nurse right there. Here she comes. Look at that. And misses. Thankfully, that nurse was prepared for that. But if you go in frame by frame, she comes in smiling, then goes to interact with the nurse. The nurse puts her hands up in defense. Keep an eye on her mouth. Take a look at the teeth come out as she goes in for the bite. Just complete evil and something right out of a horror movie. Thankfully, the nurse was okay. She was subdued by the police. But the question begs asking, what is going on in the world? Was that a vampire, or was that someone that just lost it at a hospital? Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and as always, I'd love to hear from you.
Yeah, you just heard from Cindy Jenkins, a Fleming Island mom who's been fighting to take down the free kill law since 2023. Her daughter died in March of that year after getting in a crash. Jenkins says her daughter was taken to the hospital where she was misdiagnosed with a brain injury while she had internal bleeding, and she did end up dying. Her daughter was older than 25, which is the cutoff point for families to be able to sue hospitals under the law. Florida senators will soon decide whether to pass a change to the law, adding a cap for money families can get from a lawsuit. But Jenkins doesn't think that this is enough.
We want is a clean repeal of this law. We want our rights back. We want physicians to be held accountable any and every time they do not adhere to the standard of care, and that results in the loss of life.
Yeah, the Florida Senate is supposed to be taking up possibly adding a change to this law tomorrow. Action Jacks will keep an eye on this and let you know how this ends up going back and forth between the Senate and the House, now that the Senate has filed a change to the law rather than simply taking up the version that the House passed. But ahead this morning, if that change made by the Senate does end up becoming law, how much money that it says families will be able to learn from a lawsuit against hospitals and practitioners.
These are the top 3 ways to avoid getting a digital ID in the UK. Let's go. And number 3, have no fixed address. Now, if you don't have a fixed ID, how can the government register your digital ID? They can't! Literally, like, every time they try and geo-track you, just move 2 bus stops down. Once you live in a free swipe prep postcodes, you're officially sovereign and completely independent from the government, you know what I'm saying? Even the Illuminati will struggle to register a tent or a caravan, and the council tax letters will struggle to find you. And congratulations, you're officially exempt from getting a digital ID. And number 2, you want to claim medical exemption. Now you need to say you have crippling anxiety, you know what I'm saying? And every time you open an app, it really affects your mental health. Call your GP and get a legal sick note saying that you have a phobia of apps. Every time you open an app, it just gives you the weeby-dweebies. That gum tree. Ah! Facebook Marketplace. Ah! medical and put on paper, it's literally impossible for them to make you get a digital ID. And congratulations, you're officially exempt. You don't want to do any of them two. This is the easiest way to avoid getting a digital ID. Let's go. Downgrade from a smartphone to a damn phone. They can't force you to buy an iPhone. Literally just say you don't have the money. Like, look at this, you know what I'm saying? It's funny, but it's actually true, because if you tried it, it would fully work. All you can do on the phone is send text, make calls, and play that shitty little game called Snake. Congratulations, you now don't have to get a digital ID. This video is completely satire. Make sure you go and get your digital ID, because we need to be controlled by the government, and we need to go from humans to QR codes, because that will make us so much more valuable, and I'm sure that's what everybody wants. Anyway, separately, look how much I'm sweating, because I had to record this video multiple times due to the fact that it kept on deleting itself, and this has never happened to me before. I swear to God. Conspiracies, I don't know, it's like they didn't want me to put this video out. Anyways, make sure you like and comment for part 2. What?
If humans colonize another planet, what's the first rule we should all agree to and uphold? BB the Bomber, not allowed. Him and all his homies, stay back on Earth. Honestly, anybody above 65, keep your ass home. I don't care if this joint was promised to you 5,000 years ago. We need this shit safe and sound. No wars. Once a year, we will have re-election. There will be 5 leaders. Popular vote. Ain't no electoral college. Ain't no, oh, well, you live in the dome over there on the East and Western Village. That shit don't matter. God forbid aliens somehow pull up on us and we have to go to war or something. Leaders must be the first people to go. So that means we need to pick able-bodied and healthy people. Can't be these old fucks that can't even walk and should be worrying about their deathbed and how they're going to get into heaven and not kick down to hell. It's, oh, yeah, okay, we got to go fight the aliens. I trust this person can at least run a mile without dying. A lot of y'all gonna hate this, but capitalism, out the window. We need everything even. Everybody gotta be working on the same page. Same type of sleeping, same type of food, same type of day-to-day, but everybody has their own technical skill. But everybody is even on here. I know, it sounds terrible. How can I get more rich? I'm supposed to be better than this person. Not on a new planet. We all just, oh, we're the human species. Races? Gone. Chinese? I have no idea. Oh, he's human. He's from Earth. Earthling. That's what we calling each other. The Earthlings. Fuck all that. We're here on this new planet. We starting brand new, son. I don't know where you from. I don't know where you from, unless you from somewhere very specific. So anybody messes with the dome vociferously, automatic death. Spacewalk with nothing. See you never. You try to harm this shit? I don't care if shit kind of going bad for you, whatever. We need to survive. Have a child, anything, dead. Domestic violence, I ain't gonna lie. We gonna have to get to the bottom, make sure she telling the truth. God forbid she is, dead, you out of there. Any type of violence for real. Like, the only type of violence we have is one-on-one fights, because sometimes co-workers need their ass beat. Quick boxing rounds in 3 minutes, put them gloves on, lock a box, put a little helmet, beat your ass. After that, y'all can't talk about it for at least a fucking week. It goes both ways though, women. If you cause harm to your man, go OD over the top, you die. I need a very peaceful society here. It doesn't make sense to me that there's violence when you know everybody else is human. That's what bothers me about 2025. There's not back in the day where you sailing ships and pulling up and seeing somebody you never seen before. Like, I know you exist. What we fighting for? And ladies, God forbid you lie about what happened. Oh yeah, die. I can't even lie, bro. I feel like I just cooked up a new civilization. I don't even need to be a leader. I'll be a part of that joint. I ain't gonna lie to you.
See, y'all don't believe shit is real unless you see it on the news. Well, look at this shit. In China, they're saying that they shot a UFO out the sky. Now, I want you to look at that. You see right there? I need you to understand what's going on right here. Look at this right here. There it is. And there it goes. Now, you got to ask yourself this. After all these years of people saying that they saw UFOs, that they saw aliens, and they downplayed it, why now? Why are these people letting us see this shit now? I tell you this, exactly what I told you before. Do not believe that they didn't know about anything that's about to happen. Everything that's about to happen, they knew about. The footage that you just saw was on the news in China. It's real convenient how it's a whole lot of crazy shit going on in 2025. 2 + 2 + 5 = 9. And you already know what the 9 means. It means an ending cycle. So what's ending? All of a sudden, they're letting us know that they've been in contact with certain things. All of a sudden, they're letting us know that they tried to shoot down a UFO over here, but we couldn't do it because the UFO was too fast. All of a sudden, they're letting us know that a 3-eye atlas should be arriving here. All of a sudden, the Pentagon is saying that the Anunnaki is supposed to be here in a couple of years, or a couple of months, or you already know what it is. Whatever it is that's about to happen, trust and believe, it's not a mystery to them. They knew already. So again, you better protect your peace, because shit is about to get crazy. I'm out.
It continues to baffle me how people continue to eat from fast food restaurants over and over again after hearing all of the horror stories. A video just came across my FYP where a woman was talking about how McDonald's was allegedly selling human meat for 7 months without anyone knowing. The craziest part of this whole story is about how they found out that they were selling human meat. A worker came across somebody's wedding band inside of the meat, an engraved wedding band. The whole point of the story was they changed meat suppliers in hopes of increasing profits. The only problem was, after they found the ring, they contacted the police right away. The police did an investigation and found out that the meat distributor was connected to a local funeral home. So allegedly, their new supplier was getting their meat from a funeral home. You heard what I just said. Mixing meat with human meat. I did a video not too long ago discussing how many burgers McDonald's sells in a single day. Take a look at that number right there. It's staggering. 6.4 million burgers per day worldwide. The average is 75 burgers sold per second. So the questions continue to linger. Where is all of that meat coming from? So once again, keep this in the back of your mind. This is an alleged story that the McDonald's in Germany was selling human meat for over 7 months. So my question to you is, who do you think is at fault for what occurred, if it did occur? Is it the meat supplier for not telling the truth and cutting corners? Or is it the franchise because they didn't inspect the meat prior to cooking it? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. And as always, I'd love to hear from you.
Now, y'all, I was watching this Miss International beauty pageant today, y'all, and I came across some disturbing things. What is going on here, y'all? Like, why are they playing in our faces? When they say the world is really a stage, this has got to be it, because how could you, I mean, look at this, y'all. Like, first of all, women, hold on. Didn't y'all fight for this? Didn't y'all stand up for this, to be able to hold events like this without having the other gender present? To be able to be safe in your own environment without having, I mean, what would you classify this? Would this be classified as an invasion of privacy? Because come on, man, please make it make sense. So this really was the world that y'all wanted, right? Where you can have basketball players wearing dresses, and instead of wearing jerseys to go ball up on another man and make it look interesting, you wanted ninjas to wear dresses. This is what y'all fought for? So this is what the protests are for. You know, this is what you guys are fighting your governments for, to uphold this same system that is completely backwards. And I thought it was one of them, but it's every single one of them. I guess this is the reason why it's in Japan. You get it? Bangkok. Oh my goodness, y'all. It's every single one of them. And yo, check this out, y'all. Don't run up Miss Cuba, right? They gave her $125,000 to cosmetic surgery. You can't even make this stuff up, boy. They're literally telling y'all.
I think the audience said it for itself. Throughout this competition, to say the least, I've been bullied. I have been told I look like a man. I have been pushed. I have been thrown rocks at.
She's telling you that the audience is telling you the truth and exactly what she is. But yes, y'all, is this the world that you guys wanted your kids to grow up in? This is the world that y'all wanted, right? But yeah, anybody else caught this, man? This is disturbing. The times that we are living in right now, man, unprecedented, man. The shift is here. Let me know what you guys think about this video. Let's continue to get it. Peace in.
Why am I just finding out that people are living in the Grand Canyon? And I'm not talking about on the outskirts, but deep within, as in you need to take an 8-mile hike to get in or out, unless you're taking a mule or going via helicopter. This is in Supai, Arizona. It's called the Supai Village in the Havasu Canyons and the Grand Canyon. And this place is completely rural. They have a population of about 200 people, and it falls outside of the Grand Canyon National Park jurisdiction. It is by the Havasupai tribe, who have been there for over 1,000 years, and they administer the land completely on their own. They have their own culture, their own tradition, their own laws, and hikers and tourists need a full reservation in order to go there. I can't imagine what it's like to live there, because there's limited to no Wi-Fi or cell service, and they get their mail, they get their packages only via a mule. This is insane. I didn't even know this existed. I didn't even know this was allowed, based on the fact that the most of the Grand Canyon is completely blocked off to the public. But they've been there for over 1,000 years, so they actually have reign on this particular part of the land. Tourists who have been there, though, said that now it's become a bit of a run-down area. It's almost like living in a third world place. Some people have witnessed DV or things that seem a bit eerie, but I can't confirm or deny any of this. It's all alleged in regards to how they live. However, I do know that Supai Village does indeed exist. If you heard about it, let me know your thoughts in the comments. Would you move there, especially with the state of the world right now? If you don't know what I'm talking about, save this video, go look into it, come back, let me know what you think. If I find out any more interesting details, I'll be back. Per usual, this is all alleged. Like, follow, stay for some more tea.
So there is definitely a shift happening within the planet right now, because there are a bunch of fires popping off all over the place, and the timing couldn't be more suspicious. So if you guys haven't heard, there is a massive fire happening at the oil refinery in California, Los Angeles downtown, and it lit up the sky so bad that it shook the Top Golf Stadium right next to it, and the people had to evacuate because they thought literally it was an earthquake. The explosion was so hot, it was so massive. As you can see, the cloud of smoke and the massive fire as the people are recording and making their way downstairs. But that's not all, y'all. Across the way in the Philippines, in Davao City, erupted in the middle of the night what they're calling the Payapi fire. Now, this thing has ripped through about 400 homes, y'all. 400, and has left about 500 families displaced and homeless. This thing came in like a creep in the night. They don't know what started it, but this is exactly how it's looking right now, y'all. It looks like another Jerusalem, y'all. It looks like a whole nother Jerusalem. This is crazy. Meanwhile, that's going on overseas. Back over here in the States, did you know there's 3 large fires in Washington, 3 large fires in Idaho, a couple of wildfires in Washington? Okay, y'all, yeah. Let me know that in the comments below, y'all. The shift is here. Let's continue to get it. Peace in.
They say aliens may be walking around among us as we speak, and you wouldn't even know. But this scientist said he found alien DNA inside humans. And it's just like, we don't know if that's just going to transform them at some point in time. If they press a button, next thing you know, they part of their squad. But at the end of the day, I looked at their DNA, shit ain't matching up. For his test, he would go and interview people that claimed to have been abducted by aliens. Then he started to test their DNA, and once he did that, he was like, oh, wait, hold on. That's not supposed to be there. What the fuck is that? They use their 23andMe and cross-reference that and be like, yeah, so this DNA doesn't make no sense. Now, I'm not gonna lie. 23andMe is like, we know. I don't know how accurate that motherfucker was, and they were selling to the highest bidder. But regardless, this is a very interesting study because, I don't know, I've always believed, like, why would somebody just lie about being abducted by aliens? I understand there's certain people that's like, they'll do anything for attention. But it's like, you look at somebody and be like, that don't even fit your persona. I really don't think they capping. You know that genocidal grifter? Yeah, he just got the key to the city. And this is the flag that they show. Does that not scream, we're occupied? Like, the star is the main attraction. And what does he do? He gets paid by them over there to just push bullshit lies. And all those lies, what did it get them? Success. Key to the city. Thank you for what you've been doing. My boy, can you imagine back in the day, World War II, and people got a key to the city for being like, yo, Adolf is the man, son. Y'all not at Auschwitz. Y'all not here. I'm looking around. I see people moving, grooving, vibing, sliding. Life is good. I don't know what the fuck y'all talking about. And then they got the key to the city. And then even though the ICC and ICJ is like, no, that's genocide. It doesn't matter. It's nothing but positivity. This is what I mean. I wish I had zero moral integrity. Key to the city? I need that, nigga. Now, Season Stranger Things will have episodes 90 or 120 minutes long, which is elite. But I'm not gonna lie. As a hater, we need to lose the bikes. That doesn't work. They're almost 30. Each of them should have their own cars. I get you kind of, the 80s cool aesthetic, but not when they motherfuckers is grown. Now Assassin's Creed is canceling their game that was going to feature a black assassin who was a former slave that was going to fight against the emerging KKK. That sounds like a bestseller. We got fucking slow? Your problem was the backlash that you tossed a random black assassin. Yasuke, I get it. It's a real story. But you've never had a game all about Japan. You just thought, man, let's throw a 6'4" nigga in there, bro. That would be hard. That's bad decision making. Now, this shit would have been so elite. I've been moving, grooving, vibing, sliding. I would have been going through the Underground Railroad, taking out Klan members. That shit would have been hard as fuck.
So, just recently, more information has become available about 3i Atlas. And at this point, it's starting to get more and more concerning. There are claims that this thing over here, the size of Manhattan, went missing off of the radar for almost 20 minutes. You heard what I just said. It went missing off of the radar for almost 20 minutes. 3i Atlas, this gigantic thing that is the size of Manhattan, went missing for almost 20 minutes. They have people that constantly keep an eye on it, and they were baffled as to where it went. There are claims that it teleported off the radar and disappeared, and then returned almost 20 minutes later. Keep in mind that this thing is moving at an unrecognizable speed, and it's also the size of Manhattan. One of the crazier reports out of this story now is that there are 7 interstellar objects that are both flying and working alongside 3i Atlas. So I guess my question to you is, what is going on with 3i Atlas? No matter what they do, no matter what it does, it is very, very, very determined in making its way to Earth. What is 3i Atlas? Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and as always, I'd love to hear from you.
Guys, I just want to record a video on TikTok and tell you that this is a giant fleet of ships coming in, and they block the sound on TikTok. They legitimately block the sound. This is a giant fleet of motherships coming in. It's been going on since 12:20 UTC time. It's now 1:21 UTC time. This is insane. This is a huge fleet of ships. We would see interference and we'd see a big fleet come in. This has been going on since right before I said that. I called this was gonna happen.
Miami, y'all better buckle up, because this is not an episode of Black Mirror. This is real life. So if you guys haven't heard, Miami PD just released the very first AI self-driving police vehicle. Yeah, no humans behind it whatsoever. They're talking about it's to free up the police officers' time so they can tend to even more important matters. Translation, They're letting Skynet patrol the block while the real cops watch through the eyes of the AI robot at headquarters.
Miami police say this is the future of law enforcement.
This vehicle is going to give us touch points with the community that we have never had before.
If you look past the flashing lights and logos, it's clear this is no ordinary police cruiser. This prototype SUV was designed to launch a drone, read license plates, and send live infrared video back to HQ. All without needing a police officer behind the wheel. The Miami-Dade Sheriff's Office says this is the nation's first autonomous police vehicle. The South Florida Department is rolling out the experimental vehicle thanks to funding from the policing lab.
What we're ultimately trying to do is to give the sworn officers the capability to make the best decision out there.
For now, Miami-Dade will essentially take the vehicle on a PR junket, seeking community input before it regularly patrols neighborhoods. If and when that day arrives, designers say this vehicle will offer a lot.
They don't need to be focused on driving and looking for animals, children, pedestrians running out into the road. The vehicle's going to watch those vulnerable road users and let the officer look for crime.
The easy-to-operate tethered drone gives police a bird's-eye, up-close view, even in the shadows. The car can also patrol targeted areas, deterring bad actors without Sheriff Rosie Cordero-Stutz needing to send actual deputies.
I would probably say that this vehicle will allow 5 to 10 deputies to go about other business that they might otherwise not be able to do.
The lab says the car can also help streamline arrests,
fingerprints and digits,
and relay real-time data.
Bus collision, an active shooter. You position this vehicle, and this information can be fed directly back to a command center for decision
So picture this. You're in Little Havana or in Wynwood chilling and vibing, and all of a sudden a car pulls up with lights and sirens, and then you look in the vehicle, you see no police officer, and it's telling you to wait right there until a real police officer comes. What are you gonna do? Are y'all ready for RoboCop in real life? Skynet in real life, y'all? They've been telling us through these movies, and now it's rolling out right in front of your face. What are y'all gonna do about it? This ain't no movie anymore, y'all. This is real life. What do you guys think about this video? Let me know down in the comments below. The shift is here. Let's continue to get it. Peace in. Y'all gotta check out this Shade 45 interview with Will Smith and Martin Lawrence. Will Smith literally tells you guys that Martin Lawrence has been cloned, and Martin Lawrence tells you guys that he basically is AI. Now, I want you guys to listen to exactly how Will Smith words it, and then he shakes his head as he is saying it, y'all. Check this out.
There's also a rumor, and I wasn't gonna bring it up, that you're a clone. That was the one that I heard that one too. Well, that's AI.
Now, y'all gotta realize that they're not allowed to come out and directly tell you that they are a clone, but just the way that Will Smith said it, and then this Martin, it's not even the real Martin, literally tells you that he's AI. Because y'all gotta agree, this is not the same high energy, funny, hilarious Martin Lawrence that we know. This guy looks like he is a Robotoid, literally. I find it funny that Will Smith is exposing the fact that Martin Lawrence is a clone, but forgetting the fact that he also exposed that he has many clones.
Me versus... Wait, don't give away too much, man. Okay, I can say clone, I want to say clone. All right, so there's like a clone. Right. When it comes out, let's get a selfie real quick. Hop in for a selfie.
Now, y'all really believe this is the same Martin? Now, check this out. Why is his neck creased like that? Like it's folding on within itself. Like he's wearing a mask. It looks like somebody's home, but the lights aren't on. Y'all see this? What is he looking at? Y'all can say whatever you want. That's not Martin Lawrence, y'all.
Allegations of Martin Lawrence being a clone after dying from stage 3 lymphoma are finally confirmed. Martin Lawrence started his comedy career in 1992 with a hit show called Martin. Unfortunately, in 2022, he was diagnosed with stage 3 lymphoma. He knew he was going to pass away. He wrote in his will that he accepted to be cloned so that he can continue his work in the mainstream. Martin Lawrence's family has supported his decision and has accepted his clone as part of them. Unfortunately, the clone cannot withstand and is not the same as the original Martin Lawrence, for the clone does not have a soul. Now that the clone is doing interviews with Will Smith, it's being apparent and the world can see it's not the same Martin Lawrence. He's a lot different. His speech is different, he talks a lot slower, and he looks like he's doing bad. A lot of people are commenting like he's on drugs or something, but unfortunately the truth is Martin Lawrence is dead. He died in 2022. We now have a clone.
You know, you know about what you did here. in honor of his legacy. We're not rioting, God. We're not shaming anybody, God. We're just humbling ourselves before you. Yes, Lord. You brought the thunder and rain today, God. Because Satan takes the L today. Father, in Jesus' name, you get the victory. Father, we ask for forgiveness from our black brothers and sisters for years and years of racism, of systematic racism.
Hey yo, did y'all see this? It states the world's first bright orange shark was discovered off the coast of Costa Rica. If this isn't a sign that planet Tiamat is waking up, then I don't know what is. The Earth is going through a massive terraforming process currently. There's going to be a lot of new animals, new plant life, and it is going to primarily start with the waters, all right? Because the water is a huge portal. Some of these beings could be coming from inner Earth. Some of them could be coming from different districts outside of our ice wall, all because the water is a huge portal, all right? In order to get outer space, you have to go through the water. There also has been sightings of pink dolphins as well. This is all signs of new Earth. Everything on this plane of existence is receiving upgrades, all right? Anything under the sun will be upgraded due to these ionizing particles. I made you aware that the Schumann resonance has been off the hook. I know a lot of you are noticing the different changes, all right? Some of you can't sleep at night. You're having insomnia. Some individuals are having lethargy. They're tired. Some individuals are having way more lucid dreams. I know I have been having tons of lucid dreams and outer body experiences as of recent. We're all undergoing a change, including the animals and plants. One of the next things you're going to begin to see is the Titans waking up. A lot of these mountain structures that look like mountains are actually faces of Titans that actually were frozen when our invasion came into play. When these malnelevant extraterrestrials came on the planet, they pretty much froze the planet. All right, the trees used to sing and dance. We had tall crystal structures. We had trees that stretch way out to the ionosphere, all right? So now as the magic returns back to the planet, all right, due to these cosmic ionizing particles terraforming planet Tiamat, everything is going to wake up, all right, including us. The Schumann resonance actually have been in a white for multiple days. It'll go back down in the blue and then shoot right back up to the white, all right? And what's happening is it's activating the dragon ley lines, all right? And it's triggering energetic codes of remembrance in every living organism. It's only a matter of time before these ionizing particles generate orgone ether gamma activation. It's very important that you're utilizing things like chlorophyll to detox the body. I made you aware that our bodies are very closely related to plants, okay? Chlorophyll is a natural detoxification mechanism as well as a deodorizer, all right? This is a 5-in-1 formula that I have available on Holistic Remedies called the Vegan Chlorophyll Complex, all right? And it will remove microplastics as well as toxic metals like arsenic, lead, cadmium, and mercury. And it contains vitamin C as well as magnesium. The magnesium will amplify your D3 receptors, allowing you to pull in more light photons from the sun. We should also purge ourselves of all parasitic invaders. This is a parasite cleanse that I have available on Holistic Remedies that combats diseases like cancer, all right? It's packed with black walnut, sweet wormwood, whole cloves, oregano, soursop. It has pumpkin seeds in it. It has plantain in it. It contains garlic as well as berberine, all right? This is a phenomenal product that I highly recommend that will amplify your ascension process and ensure that you're completely cleansed. The cleaner we are, the more easier it's going to be for us to integrate with the sun and handle these ascension upgrades. It's going to be very difficult for some, all right? If you have a poor diet, if you're eating fast food or bioengineered genetically modified organisms with emulsifiers that typically are carcinogens, it's going to be very difficult for you. We're currently shifting from 3rd to 5th density, all right? And remember, you must remember that the malnelevant extraterrestrials that hijack this realm want to make it as difficult as possible for us to remember who we truly are. Once we remember who we are, it's a wrap for them, okay? I've seen the visions of us freeing children in subterranean bases and becoming metahumans, all right? Doing things like flying around and moving fast like Flash and teleportation. We was clairvoyant. We was clairaudient, all right? We had all of these abilities that our ancestors had, all right? And we're getting back to that. But it's all attributed to how we take care of ourselves in order to properly integrate with these cosmic ionizing particles. For all high-quality herbs and metaphysical products for spiritual elevation, click the link in my bio and visit Holistic Remedies, your extension to ascension.
Yo, do y'all see Cinnamon Toast Crunch commercials? That just fucked my head up. That's my son's favorite cereal. They got like Jeffrey Dahmer commercials. They got like a poisonous oh, look at this.
Cinnamon. Breakfast is ready. You
think eating me is okay, but I'm really full of poison.
Ever heard of this stuff on the bag? It's used in degreaser, paint thinner, and stain removers. Crazy, right? They say it's okay in small amounts, but what they don't tell you is they put it in almost everything.
Cinnamon Toast Crunch. More like Chemical Toast Crunch.
I didn't want to be this way. I know what I'm doing. I know how horrific it is. Do I wish I never had a bite of crunchy, swirly Cinnamon Toast Crunch? No. Because even though it's alienated me from everything and everyone I've ever loved, whenever I taste the Cinnadust, I know I'd do it all again.
Go ahead. Judge me. I know it's wrong for me to want to eat Cinnamon Toast Crunch, considering I'm also Cinnamon Toast Crunch. But ever since my first crunchy, swirly, Cinnadust-covered bite, I can't hide who I am. And the truth is, I don't want to.
Y'all, the shift has finally hit the fan. People are waking up and realizing that something is missing, something that is necessary, something that is needed. A little bit of Almond Joy, a little bit of Nougat Crunch, Hershey's Bar, Reese's Cup. They're realizing that they need chocolate. So the ones that have distanced themselves from us, they're waking up and realizing, hold on, that we've always been the magic, the black magic, y'all. What the helly? The veil is really lifting, y'all.
I miss black people. I know that sounds crazy, but I am from Georgia, and I used to go to HBCU, and the majority of my friends were black, and now I live in a small town in California, and I miss black people. There's not very many here, and I hate it. Like, don't get me wrong, I love my job, I love my friends here, but I miss black people. Don't come for me. I miss the culture, I miss the vibe, I miss the confidence, the jokes, the food. I miss black people. Something's missing in my life, and I've come to the conclusion that that's what it is.
I need some black joy. The fact that black joy even exists as a concept in the world is miraculous to me. Asians are no good at joy. We are good at working hard and being diligent and doing our best, but not joy. Colonizers too. Rich lives, no joy. We should never have hooked our stars to theirs. But black people, especially black Americans, are the best at joy. You've turned it into an art form. I know it came from terrible hardship that you've turned into soul and then into joy. And we, Chinese people, we just turn that hardship into more hard work. But I know you can't give it to us. We have to go out and earn it for ourselves, just like you did.
What do you mean by that?
Where I'm from in Pennsylvania, it's mainly Dominicans and Puerto Ricans and the Spanish community, and bless their souls, are great people. They brought great culture and all that. But they always would mess up my beard. The first thing they would do is they would hack it off. I don't like my beard to be short, and they would always end up making it short on me, no matter what I told them. And it would always be a language barrier, too. And then, because of the way my beard grows, I would try to explain to them that you can't make it even, you have to make it look even because of the way that it grows, and they would never do that. And then today, I decided to give another barber a chance. After years, I came to a black-owned barber shop. And I'm just saying, I think I found a barber.
See, this is exactly what we tried to tell y'all for the past 400 years, but nobody didn't want to hear us. You know what I'm saying? What did y'all do? Y'all hid our history. Y'all lied to us. Y'all manipulated us. Did some crazy things to us. For the past 400 years, we tried to tell y'all. We tried to show y'all how to live in harmony with nature, how to live in harmony with us. You know what I'm saying? You don't need to work in order to earn a living in this system. That's not how nature works. But y'all didn't want to listen to us. Then you guys took our spirituality, you turned it to religion, you made it evil so we wouldn't be able to use it and wake up out of this spell that majority of our people are locked in currently. But now the shift has literally hit the fan. Our brothers and our sisters are waking up, and now this is the collapse of this three-dimensional system because we don't want to play this game anymore. This is what actually brings me black joy. So yes, y'all, my brothers and sisters, the shift is here, but I want you to realize everywhere you go, I want you to know that you are someone's almond joy, okay? The shift is here. Everybody's going through it. They see it. They feel it. Let me know what you guys think about this video. Let's continue to get it. Peace in.
I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care. Let me tell you, we don't care.
They found this shit in a cave in South America. Look at that shit. Motherfucker look just like the movie Alien, dog. Identical. Ain't that a bitch? I tell you, Hollywood tell you everything you need to know. Y'all just think it's entertainment and it's just a motherfucking movie, dog. How many times you gonna see some shit in the movie and then it come out that it's in real life, that it really happened, dog? Same shit as the Alien movie. Same like a motherfucker, same fucking face, dog. You don't believe me? Look at this shit. Look at the head, dog. Look at the motherfucking head. And you wonder where they got this image from. Cause that shit exists. Yes. And that ain't regular degular. That's different. And that's why I be telling y'all pay attention to these motherfucking movies. That's why I watch them. It's a message in all of them. They telling you what the fuck is really happening and what's going on under the disguise of entertainment. Hollywood. Look, dog. Look at the head of that motherfucker. And look at this shit. Things to make you go, Same shit. Same shit, dog. Peace.
Okay, we have to talk about water, Victor Schauberger, and copper, because you're not going to believe this. They found out that copper, in the 1960s, every single house in America, North America probably, was using copper for their piping in their home. Around the same time that they started putting fluoride in the water, they changed the building code to use PVC pipes instead of copper pipes. Why? Well, it is said that copper actually neutralizes some percentage of fluoride. Many people think maybe they wanted us getting the full dose of fluoride. But Victor Schauberger was a prisoner of war, or he was in some camp in World War I, and he was near Tartaria. This is his own words. And he found that they had copper in their gardens in the streams that they watered the plants with. The water flowed through copper and was said to increase the yield and growth rate of the plants massively from the Tartarians. And then we have people who are doing electroculture, which is when you jam a copper rod in the ground in your garden, and it is said to harvest etheric energy from the atmosphere and put it into the ground and increase the yield and growth rate of your plants. Let me know your thoughts if you ever heard about copper, because we got to talk more about it. Comment for part 2.
Yo, did y'all see this? It states scientists warn that caffeine can disrupt sleep, drain energy, and create dependence despite its temporary boost. This is actually why so many people are dependent and addicted to coffee. Most are unaware that consistent consumption of caffeine can lead to increased blood pressure as well as increased heart rate. It also increases nervousness and anxiety as well as raises the amount of headaches that you receive. If you consume a lot of caffeine, then you're probably prone to headaches. This is because caffeine is a vasoconstrictor, meaning that it makes the blood vessels more narrow. And then when the caffeine wears off, what happens is the blood vessels begin to dilate, increasing things like blood pressure as well as headaches and migraines. Consumption of caffeine also blocks the neurotransmitter called adenosine, which is needed for sleep and relaxation. It's also known to cause withdrawal symptoms. People who consume large amounts of caffeine are typically very dependent on it. Upon rising, you will notice that they can't function without it. Some people have even become so dependent on it that if without it, they become irritable or moody. This is a sign that you're fully addicted to it. A great replacement for consuming caffeine is Shilajit. Shilajit will raise your energy naturally. It's composed of over 85 plus trace minerals. It's rich in fulvic acid. It decalcifies and activates the pineal gland. It increases cognitive function. It also naturally raises your testosterone, so you will build more muscle by way of Shilajit. It's also anti-inflammatory as well as an antioxidant, meaning that it eradicates free radicals. And free radicals are the building blocks to diseases like cancer. They're basically unstable electrons in the body. And contrary to caffeine, Shilajit actually is an adaptogenic, meaning that it helps you to manage stress. Caffeine has been known to cause people to be jittery, raise your anxiety levels,
It raises your cortisol levels substantially, while Shilajit does the opposite, and while naturally providing energy. I do have the Shilajit available on Holistic Remedies link in bio. For all high-quality herbs and metaphysical products for spiritual elevation, click the link in my bio and visit Holistic Remedies, your extension to ascension.
Nepal's parliament building burning to the ground because Gen Z was fed up with the Nepo kids flexing, moving, grooving, vibing, slide. They said, okay, watch this. We're about to stand on business, son. Took them 15 days to overthrow their government completely. The minister's family literally had to be lifted out on some random white acts of dangerous shit, margin for error, you guessed it, death type of vibe, because Gen Z was pulling up, popping out, like, oh yeah, what the fuck is up, man? We need that action now. Things went left when the former prime minister caught wind of some type of revolution that was coming his way because Gen Z was talking on Discord and different social media sites. He's like, okay, watch this. We blocking all social media. That wasn't the right move. But social media was blocked. Basically, Gen Z took it into their own hands. They're like, okay, block this. And he started moving Mephistophelian. I'm talking about pulling up to politicians' cribs. Anybody that was a part of the government, burning that shit to the ground. Now, obviously, this was a violent reaction, and they fought back, and there's been 50 deaths so far. And they don't want you to know what's happening is it worked. They put aside their differences. There's no left versus right. They're like, hold on. The 1% is taking all the money. Why are we not getting nothing? These people are mid-revolution, and they are stopping their protests to let tour buses through. So they're like, oh yeah, it's not us. You gotta understand. This day motherfucking fault. Go ahead. Y'all have a nice day. Come back whenever y'all ready, but we need to deal with these fucking dickheads real quick. This is how it's executed. Once he and his wife almost died, he's like, all right, fine. I'll step down. What do y'all want? So yeah, we're gonna need complete control, and you gotta get the fuck up out of there. You guys are no longer in power. There's this random white tourist that has now become an independent journalist that the country just loves. And he's just in the mix. And the people over there love this man. You remember my last video, they pull up on the finance minister. They're like, oh yeah, we gonna need that. Come here, son. Take this walk through the river. Strip down, we beating your ass. Then the Gen Z social media-led group had an entire election through Discord, where they picked their next interim prime minister. They selected their first woman ever, not somebody from Gen Z. They're like, oh no, we trust her. This is who's going to be in position. The army general is like, okay, we accept that. 15 days and the 1% are no longer in control of Nepal, and now changes are actually being made, and Gen Z has already hit the streets to then go clean up everything that was going on. As soon as they gained control, they immediately started cleaning up their streets and started cleaning up their community because they're like, this needed to happen or change was never going to happen. You guys are going to keep all that motherfucking money. I wish America could take some notes. And now Nepal is headed in the right direction with the right people in control and people that actually feel like there's equality coming their way. America, I'm just saying, it's not left versus right. Stop pointing the finger. It's these motherfuckers that is at the 1% owning these companies that don't let the trickle-down effect happen, and then you be sitting in your grocery store, bill to bill, mad as fuck, and want to blame somebody else that has actually nothing to do with the policies and why you in your position. So, let's get on the same page. Let's point the finger in the right direction at the 1% and at that country over there, blue and white, 3,500 miles that way.
got one running in the bottom. We're going fast, man. You're gonna get tased, Bubba.
Wow.
Plane, you better stop.
Wow, look at that shit. Damn. Y'all see that?